brought to you by Sprite. It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson along with Shaquille O'Neal on 2K Sports, and the NBA season is about to begin. Tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics playing against the Brooklyn Nets. And for Brooklyn, finally they get to see if the moves made in the offseason and the preparations of the preseason will pay off with a win here in game number 1. Avery Bradley, great defender, underwent double shoulder surgery back in 2012, and last season his jump shot got back into form, Shaq.
Yes, I played with him, and I played with Ray Allen when I was in Boston, and him and Ray worked on his jump shot, having a consistent release. He's becoming a great two-way player.
Wow, double shoulder surgery. Anybody ever had triple shoulder surgery?
I don't know. I'll have to look it up.
I think Quasimodo did, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go to Kevin Harlan.
And now, your Boston Celtics starting lineup. At forward, 6'8" from LSU, number 30, Brandon Bass. At forward, 6'9" from the Ohio State, number 7, Jared Sullinger. Forward, 6'9", from Georgetown, number 8, Jeff Green. At guard, 6'2", from Texas, number 0, Avery Bradley. At guard, 6'1", from Kentucky, number 9, Rajon Rondo. Your head coach is Brad Stevens.
Well, we can finally say it. The NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports, we couldn't be happier. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me in the booth, as always, Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Will be the Nets off the tip. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Down low, Kevin Garnett and Brook Lopez. Jaren Williams and Joe Johnson at the 1 and 2. And it's Kirilenko in at the 3 spot. Lopez a screen on Bradley. And it's Johnson penetrating. Right side, Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Corner shot. That's good.
You know, the Nets were not a high-octane offensive team. They didn't average 100 points a game, but they were one of the more efficient teams in the league at the offensive end of the floor.
And so it's the Nets getting on the board first. Sullinger a screen on Johnson. Outside for Rondo. Puts up a 3. Shot is no good. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Here is Williams. Johnson outside. Back to Williams. Johnson outside. The rebound by Jeff Green.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Sullinger with the bucket.
Well, the defense just looked a little lazy on the glass there.
Yeah, nobody boxing out. That's inexcusable.
Now here's Williams. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Lopez sets a screen for Johnson. Williams with the ball. He's picked up by Rondo. Williams, that's good.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Into Green. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Williams dishes to Johnson. Lopez, a screen on Bradley. And Garnett has it in the corner. Cannot hit. Now Boston takes it the other way. Rondo kicks to Sullinger. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Well, Jared Sullinger slipped in the 2012 draft over concerns about his back. He ended up missing the latter half of that rookie season when he had to have back surgery. Despite his health issues, when he's been on the court, he's shown a lot of promise.
Jared Sullinger.
And Sullinger with a ground-bound game. Even before his back troubles, his game is based on strength and skill.
Yeah, no question. He's got that wide frame, able to carve out space inside. You know, he's a good rebounder. He's got a soft touch. Boston really tried to help him become a three-point shooter as well last year, so he's slowly expanding his game.
Both free throws good from Sullinger.
Well, going into last season, the Celtics had made 6 straight playoff appearances, 2 trips to the finals, and 1 NBA championship. But there was no question last year was the beginning of a rebuild.
Now here's Garnett. Here's Lopez. Green with the rebound. Green's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. The drive by Rondo. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Green.
Look out. Watch out,
Putting on a show for these people.
I cannot believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Are you kidding me?
Oh, man. Might as well flaunt it if you've got it, Clark.
Williams with the ball. He's got 5.
And it's always tough for fans to swallow the word rebuild, especially when you trade away such beloved players as KG and Paul Pierce. But, you know, I think the Celtics took the prudent and sensible route. I mean, they got good return for their aging all-stars, and they put themselves in a good position going forward. And as much as you like to sometimes look back or stay in the present, GM's job and an organization's job is to be preparing for the future.
Here's Rondo, following the basket by Brook Lopez. 5 on the clock. Bradley drives in. Makes it off the glass. Brooklyn trailing. And as the Celtics go young, I guess, Steve, you could say greener than ever.
Yeah, I mean, come on, that's awful. But listen, they've acquired a ton of picks over the next 4 years, and who knows, with the Nets battling age and injury, some of those picks could turn out to be good ones. So I like what the front office has done in terms of the future.
And Kevin, I liked your line. I don't care what I don't care what Steve said.
I really meant it for you than him. He just jumped in.
Yeah, I got you.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, earlier I spoke with Brad Stevens. He said that slowing down Joe Johnson will definitely be a big key for them. He added, Johnson is so big and is able to shoot over the top of you. We just need to make sure that we're always right in his jersey, never losing track of him, and trying to force him into tough, contested shots. Guys, we'll see if they can slow him down.
Thank you, Doris. Now here is Kirilenko, following the miss by Avery Bradley. Johnson, the pass to Lopez. Back to Johnson. 6 to shoot. Here's Williams. Another one falls for Brooklyn. So the Celtics called timeout, their first.
Kevin Garnett was the 5th pick back in 1995. He's had a long, illustrious Hall of Fame career. He was the league MVP back in 2004.
Let's see the stat sheet here on Joe Johnson, how he performed last season. He put up about 15 points a game last season, 3 rebounds and 2 assists. Just a great player to have in your arsenal for giving your starters some rest.
Steve, I agree with you. Not many teams can bring a shooter like him off the bench.
Celtics trail by 3. And Kevin Garnett, a 15-time All-Star guy over his great career.
And he's always been a team-first superstar. Kevin, very loyal, competitive. Never really wanted to be traded away from either Minnesota or Boston because of that loyalty. But a player who just gives his all every second on the floor for his teammates.
Now here's Johnson. After Jared Sullinger's miss, Lopez dishes to Johnson. Jared Sullinger grabs the board. The Celtics have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Rondo kicks to Green. Bass with a screen for Green. Dishes it to Bass. Nice ball movement by Boston. The drive by Rondo and finished off by Bass.
Boy, the pass there floated up to the precise spot where it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish, huh? He powers it through.
Sure didn't waste any time there.
I'll tell you what, that is going to be an alley-oop we'll see on the highlight reel the next few days. And his shots are dropping right now. This quarter has been very kind to him.
Celtics trail by 3. Outside Rondo. 17-foot shot on the way. And that's good for 2. Rondo's got his first points in this one. The Nets have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Rondo against Williams. Into Brook Lopez. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. And it's 8 points for Brook Lopez.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
Now here's Sullinger. Fires, high post. Brooklyn with the rebound. It's Kirilenko on the wing. He's covered by Rondo. Johnson outside. Fires the 3. And Jared Sullinger pulls it down. Sullinger's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
Poor shooting from him this quarter. His shooting percentage nowhere near where he'd like it to be.
Here's Green. Back to Rondo. Green, the pass to Rondo. And Green now, top of the key. And it's Bradley off the drive. Bass. And the layup is good. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
Brandon Bass now in his 10th season out of LSU. Pick and pop, power forward. That mid-range shot is a strength of his game, and he's really improved defensively the last couple of years as well.
And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. So for the Nets.
Well, let's take a look at where Boston ended up, Kevin, last year in the league rankings. 10th in free throw percentage. 13th in opponent points per game. As for the rebounding numbers, not as strong as you would think. Top 20 in the league. They certainly are capable of better.
And this is a good shooting team, Clark. It really shows in their free throw percentage. You mentioned they were in the top 10 in terms of free throw percentage as a team last year. And I think it's important for this club to really attack offensively. When they do get to the line, they tend to knock down their free throws, and those easy points go a long way.
And again, no good by Brooklyn.
And Bass is much more of an offensive-minded big man. At 6'8", he's not a big-time defender or rebounder. His job really is to space the floor and put points on the board.
Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
Yeah, 5 times already the lead has changed.
Now here is Jack. That is good. And the Nets lead by 1.
And the lead goes right back over. This is a seesaw affair.
The game's there for the taking, but neither team seems to want it.
And Brandon Bass earning the nickname No Pass Bass. This is team more career turnovers than assists.
Yeah, but that's his role, Kevin. You know, when he's open, knock it down. And what I like about Bass is that he has improved his defense considerably. The last couple of years with Doc Rivers in Boston, that was something that Doc really emphasized.
Now here's Anderson. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Here's Bogdanovich. Wallace covering. Plumlee, no luck. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And Thornton kicks to Smart. to the wing on the left. From beyond the arc, that's good. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
And we still aren't halfway through this contest yet.
Yeah, that number could easily go up to double digits before this game is over. How about that for a response?
They will say they can give the 3 as well as they can take the 3.
One quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far.
It's a Halloween broadcast of the NBA. Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers take on Carlos Boozer and the Los Angeles Lakers this Friday, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 Pacific.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, Clark and Steve, what do you guys think about what they have or haven't been doing?
Well, the thing they tried to establish right away was the presence down low. You look at the points in the paint. I think that's been the difference.
Yeah, and I like the fact, Steve, that they're not settling for the outside shots. I mean, go in there and get what you want. Keep attacking the rim.
Boston trailing.
Well, you know, the news was mostly bad for the Celtics, but there was some good news last year. They announced they'll be renovating their arena to make it more state-of-the-art.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. We've got Allen Anderson, Plumlee out there with Mirza Teletovic. Then it's Jarrett Jack, and it's Bogdanovic in at the 3. Shot clock at 2. And Turner with the basket on the assist from Olynyk. Turner's got the lead up to 2 now for the Celtics. And with the Celtics in this building, guys, it isn't falling apart by any means, but the fans had been wanting an update.
And from what I understand, I mean, they're going all out. I mean, the arena turns 20 years old this season, and it's going to get a 2-decade facelift in terms of amenities and convenience. Jarrett Jack, a versatile combo guard, can guard 1s or 2s. He's 6'3", but very strong, so he's able to defend shooting guards pretty well.
You talk about Jarrett Jack's versatility. He can play on or off the ball.
Yeah, he's really rock solid. Gives you everything you want in a combo, starting or backup guard. He's a good spot-up shooter. When he has the ball in his hands, he can get in the lane. He creates for others, and I like his fearlessness as well.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Talk about a come-from-behind story. The Nets were at the bottom of the Eastern Conference before the calendar turned to 2014, but they slowly climbed their way back up the ladder and ended up having an excellent season.
Now here's Smart. Now here's Thornton. Passes it to Turner. They grab their own miss. Smart dishes to Thornton. Celtics passing it around. Now Smart. Marcus Thornton on the wing. The 3. And again, Boston with the triple. The Nets would end with a .500 record against the rest of the East, and That may not seem impressive, but Clark, in context, it means a lot.
Yeah, there was talk early on, Kevin, during the season last year, even if they would make the playoffs, they kind of stumbled out of the gate, and Lopez goes down. But, you got to give that team credit and the staff. I mean, they got the ship turned around, and they fought back when they needed to and acquitted themselves well.
Here's Smart after Jarrett Jack's score. And here's Smart. No one near Turner as he lets it go. Turner can't get that one to fall. Outside Jack. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Jack's got 9.
Well, it looks like he's finally found his footing in this game. His first quarter was a real struggle, but he's gotten it going now.
Here's Smart. He feeds it to Olynyk. Turner passes to Smart. He tries for 3. Plumlee with the rebound. The Nets with the lead. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
You see the benefit of knocking down baskets consecutively because it leads to the confidence growing and growing, doesn't it, Steve?
It sure does, and now it's to the point where they just feel unstoppable.
Now here's Smart, following the shot by Jarrett Jack. On the wing, Thornton kicks to Olynyk. Pass to Turner, fires from deep. Turner missing again. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. There's the pick. Jack against Thornton. Jack with it. 9 points in the game so far. Here's Plumlee. Got it. Good job in the low post. And now it's a 3-point Nets lead.
Now you threaten the defense inside and then find the open man on the outside. Good offense.
Olynyk sets a screen for Smart. He dishes it to Turner. He kicks it to Smart. On the wing, Thornton. Feeds it to Smart. Trying to get back on track. And that one's good. Smart's got it all tied up now for the Celtics.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing them. That's 4 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been three-pointers.
Now it's sent it to Doris on the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Jared Solinger has developed some very thick skin during his time in the league. Solinger said, because I had Satch Solinger as a coach. So I learned early that it's not how loud he's saying it, it's what he's saying. I was blessed to have an angry coach. It's very hard to get into Jared's head, guys.
It is indeed. Thank you, Doris. Free throw drop for Jarrett Jack. Well, Steve, Jarrett Jack, after a season with the Warriors that saw him come in 3rd in voting for 6th Man of the Year, struggling mightily in year 1 of his contract with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah, I mean, all around, probably the worst season of his career. You look at the shooting efficiency below the league average for the first time ever for Jack. But sometimes when you make a move to a new team, the different surroundings, the different teammates, it doesn't work out as well as you'd hope.
And for Jack last season, his assists fell too. Traded away by the Cavs to free up cap space. He's excited about his new surroundings and looking to rebound from last season.
Now here's Rondo. The drive by Green. Rondo against Williams. They get it back. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
And he just used his height that time down low. That's going to be pretty hard to defend against.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Garnett's checked in. And Jack with 2 years left on his deal, a team option for a 3rd, now in his 30s. I expect him to bounce back. He's too good a player to continue to struggle like he did last season.
Well, I agree. Not only is he a good player, he's a quality guy, too.
Now here's Williams. He has 7. It's tipped. Rondo kicks to Bradley. Chance there to take the lead, missing. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Now the dish to Garnett. Now the pass to Johnson. It's stolen by Green. There's the feed to Bradley. Rondo dishes to Sullinger. Pass to Bass. No luck. Excellent D there from Garnett.
Terrific defense at the rim. They got right in his path.
You know, that's part of what great defenders do. They get not only in your path, but in your head a little bit, too.
Now here is Kirilenko. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Johnson for three. It's rebounded by Bass.
He can't get anything to drop. And the way he's scoring, I'm not sure it's something he should try to shoot his way out of.
No, that might only serve to make things worse, Steve. Sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
The net shooting has been great, up over 50%. In fact, 52%. Now here's Williams. Johnson outside. Dishes to Garnett. Passes to Williams. Just 5 to shoot. From deep, Johnson. Good, great play by Williams to set it up. Johnson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Now a timeout called by Boston.
Brook Lopez, an elite scoring big man, tremendous size and shooting touch. He might be the best low post scorer in the NBA.
Now at the break on the floor, you can see the teams that led the NBA in steals last year. The 4th spot held by the Nets.
Well, when you talk about teams that had a great defense last year, you got to mention these guys. I mean, they were great at finding ways to come up with the ball. Deflections, loose balls, and steals.
Celtics trail by 3.
And for Brook Lopez, always gifted offensively. That's a given. And where he's improved, I think, is in his defense and rebound. It takes a lot of effort to move that big body around, but he's made that commitment to really get after it, and it shows.
Now here's Rondo. Here's Bass. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Bass has got 8.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. And Lopez, over 7 foot tall, 275 pounds, guys, not especially athletic. And that can leave him, Steve, sometimes vulnerable defending away from the rim.
Yeah, that's why a lot of teams try to put him in pick and roll on the perimeter just to test his agility and try to get by him and to get into the paint.
Now here's Williams. 7 points in the game. Now Kirilenko. Williams passes to Garnett. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got 3 assists in the game. Austin with the ball. It's a 3-point game. They can look forward to the Rockets Arena after this matchup to take on Houston. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. Rondo kicks to Sullinger. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Sullinger's got his second bucket tonight.
Great interplay there between those two teammates.
Williams dishes to Lopez. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Johnson, the pass to Kirilenko. Back to Johnson. 5 on the clock. Rebounded by the Celtics. This, of course, their first look at the Nets.
And I'll tell you what, we've seen some tough divisional battles between these two teams before, and we're going to get to see them 4 more times this season, starting tonight.
So they take the lead. Bradley's got his second bucket of the game to go. Clarky talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition of that.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, not even through the first half, and it's been one heck of a battle.
Well, these are the kinds of games you love. I mean, 2 good teams going head-to-head, an even matchup, and both sides very competitive, on their toes tonight.
And Lopez gets it to go. Clark, when you meet so many times, by those last 2 games, you're not getting caught off guard by anything.
No, without question, Kevin. You have a familiarity there that really makes it easy for you to get ready for the opponents. You also get 4 games against the other teams they play in the division, so you can see what's working and what's not. These 2 teams love to get at each other.
They know their tendencies, don't they?
They sure do.
Here's Bradley, following the basket by Brook Lopez. Shoots from the elbow, and the block by Johnson. 1:12 left to play in the first half. He feeds it to Lopez. Here's Here's Garnett. Out of bounds. Next ball as Brooklyn keeps possession.
Next ball.
Young's checked in for Bradley.
James Young.
Garnett in the post. Passes there. Garnett kicks to Johnson. Outside Williams. Back to Johnson. Shot clock at 5. Out to Kirilenko. Shoots a 3. Kept alive.
Yeah, again, iffy shot selection there. Defender draped all over.
Well, you got to understand who's guarding you in that situation. I mean, if he's on you tight, you can't just rise up and try to shoot over the top.
The shot and game clock separated by 4.
Well, at least the defender got his money's worth on that one.
Yep, that was an easy whistle for the official.
Brooklyn shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. That's good from Johnson.
You know, they've changed their game here in the second, getting a little bit more physical, playing with some toughness now.
And, you know, this lead is going to grow if they can continue to get to the free throw line.
Plumlee is checked in for Brooklyn. Mirza Teletovic comes in for Kevin Garnett. So he gets them both. Celtics trail by 3. And here's Rondo. Over in the corner, Green. To the inside. Here's Bass. Makes it off the glass. Bass has got 10.
You know, when the size advantage is that pronounced, I mean, that's exactly what you should do offensively in this situation. Take it strong to the middle.
Close game as we wrap up the second quarter. Nets lead by 1. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, we have Brooke Lopez with us. What's the attitude you have as a team right now?
Oh, it's so exciting. You know, it's really thrilling to come out with such a great group of guys every night, you know, and play basketball. You know, it's a lot of fun.
Brooke, thank you very much. Kevin, over to you.
Thank you for the great interview, Doris. We'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. Sharon Jack with a strong contribution so far in this one.
I like that he didn't force anything in that first half. His decision-making was really flawless.
That being the case, Steve, I think they want him to be more assertive in the second half. Look to take more shots. Be a little more shot hungry, even the tough ones.
And Boston has possession. They trail by 1.
Celtics had a rough time in the East, and a lot of it was because they just would get worn down as the game went on. Had a very difficult time after halftime, in fact.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. On the floor for Boston. Speedy backcourt of Rondo and Bradley. Green is out there with Brandon Bass. And it's Sullinger in at the center position. Boston with a 21-31 record against the rest of the conference last year, and it was because of what you said, Clark, being unable to fight back.
Yeah, they would just either run out of steam after the half or run out of options at some point later in the game. They've got to find a way to be able to sustain good play for longer periods.
And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, Coach Lionel Hollins helped define the Grizzlies' grit and grind style and was asked if he'd replicate it with the Nets. He said, quote, "We're going to be aggressive and tough. We'll play together and never quit. But how our style will be is up to the group. The key is creating a system that fits them and allows them to excel." Kevin, back to you.
As a coach, you've got to adopt your talent, Doris. Thanks. Celtics on D. Following the basket by Brook Lopez.
His shooting's been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons his team is up in this game.
Celtics trail by 3. Sullinger a screen on Williams. Rondo kicks to Green. Bass with a screen for Green. Can't capitalize on the good screen. Nets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Outside Williams. To the wing on the left. Shot is no good, and it's Boston the other way. Bradley with the ball, and it's Johnson picking him up. Bradley kicks to Green. Into Sullinger. Rondo against Williams. Shot clock at 6. Shot from 12. Goes back up. Sullinger, and it's Kurylenko with the rebound.
And they've been off target now on 3 of the first 4 shots they've taken in this second half.
Williams dishes to Lopez. Kicks it to Kurylenko. Back to Lopez. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Lopez has got 16 points. Celtics trail by 5. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Bass with a screen for Rondo. Pass to Bass. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line. So it'll be Brandon Bass shooting. It's on Kevin Garnett. Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Boston. The Celtics shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here.
About a year ago, they converted about 78% of their free throws as a team, so pretty solid there.
Yeah, they had the kind of success from the line that would make any coach breathe a sigh of relief, guys.
Johnson kicks to Williams. Lopez sets a screen for Williams. 6 to shoot. Fast break now for the Celtics. Green leading the charge. Outside for Rondo. Back to Green. He dishes it to Olynyk. And that one's good. Olynyk's got his 2nd basket of the night. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the 3rd now.
Well, kind of an interesting paradox for Jeff Green. He's much better offensively playing at the power forward spot as a spread 4, but defensively he's much better guarding 3s.
Now here's Johnson. He has 5. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Johnson's got 7 points in the game.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Rondo passes to Bradley. Williams against Rondo. Sweet little floater. Rondo's got 4 points this quarter. And Jeff Green, not a big rebounder, struggles guarding in the low block. What do you think, Clark, is his best position?
You know, it's hard for me to say, Kevin. I think he's probably just a 3/4. I think at the 4 he has a little bit more of a quickness advantage. And so I would probably look to playing him at that position.
Here's Kurylenko after Rajon Rondo's bucket. Williams dishes to Lopez. It counts, and the foul. That one on Olynyk. And a new group in for the Celtics. Wallace is checked in for Bass. Turner comes in for Green. Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Bradley. And Smart subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Then for the Nets, Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Garnett. Allen Anderson comes in for Johnson. And Jarrett Jack is subbed in for Williams. Now here's Smart. He has 6. Here's Olynyk. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
He is just so good from that range, guys.
You know, never mind with the height advantage he had there.
Jack against Turner. Feeds it to Anderson. Outside Jack. Shot clock at 5. Here's Bogdanovich. And the Nets miss again. The Celtics have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% for the field.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
And it's not necessarily strategic, Clark. It's just a matter of playing with more heart. You got to play hard, guys.
Here's Anderson after the made shot from Evan Turner. And Anderson kicks to Jack, and it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
Why don't we look at some of the numbers here for Evan Turner, how he performed last season. Put up about 14 points a game, 5 rebounds and 3 assists. And some pretty good numbers, I think, guys, when you look overall at his contribution.
Yeah, and he's always looking to raise his game, and that's what you see in his consistency. One of the important characteristics that he brings to the table.
Now here's Smart. Outside Turner. Smart passes to Thornton. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
A chance here now to see how the Nets ranked in the NBA last season. 4th in steals, 11th in three-point field goal percentage, and they were in the top half of the league in lowest opponent scoring as well. This is a team that has shown improvement defensively, and they feel like they're not done yet.
Still, I think the key to their team was the steals that you talked about, because they were a team that put a lot of pressure on the offense. They got out and played the passing lane, tried to force turnovers, and when they did, they usually converted those into points at the other end, and that's one of the reasons they were pretty good.
Brooklyn making some changes. Plumlee comes in for Brook Lopez, and Mirza Teletovic subbed in for Andrei Kirilenko. The Nets have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts. Celtics trail by 3. Well, you talk about the financial commitment by the Brooklyn Nets. Last year's starting lineup was the highest paid in NBA history.
Well, to a man, they all made well over $10 million, Kevin. I mean, Joe Johnson was over $20 million, and boy, that's a lot of cheese to be coughing up to those guys, but it is what it is.
And so it's Brooklyn with it, following the bucket by the Celtics.
Now that's a nice finish for the big fella there. I mean, he used his length very well under the basket.
There may be more athletic players around the league, but Steve, not many bigger ones.
And I'll tell you what, Kevin, I'd like to see him even take advantage of that size more often on the offensive end and be more aggressive.
The Celtics have gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. Smart dishes to Thornton. They set the screen. Here's Smart. 6 points for him. 6 to shoot. Here's Turner. Rebounded by the Nets. Plumlee's got his 3rd rebound tonight.
More often than not today, those shots have not dropped for him.
Anderson outside. Back to Jack. Gerald Wallace grabs the miss. Wallace has got 4 rebounds now tonight. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Gerald Wallace undergoing knee and ankle surgeries in an early end to last season. For a player so dependent on his athleticism, it'll be interesting to see how he does coming back now at the age of 32.
And Wallace last season battling gamely on a rebuilding Celtics team.
Yeah, it was an interesting attempt at a fit for Wallace. I mean, the team was going young, and he's near the tail end of his career, so it's not ideal for him or the team, but nonetheless, he's always been a pro that works extremely hard and brings value wherever he's been.
And he sinks the second. The Nets were poised, Steve, to make a run at things last year, but when you lose someone like Brook Lopez in the middle who meant so much and a lot of the offense was going through him like they did, that gets very, very difficult.
Yeah, especially the way Brook was playing. But the Nets adapted to life without Brook. They played smaller, and they really developed an effective offense and found success later in the year without Brook Lopez.
Smart kicks to Olynyk. Oh, yes, the turnaround. Olynyk's got 8 here in the quarter.
He is remarkably hot this quarter. He has yet to miss a shot.
And, for a moment there, the Nets looked shell-shocked when they lost Brook Lopez to injury, but actually did a nice job, an admirable job, regrouping. And that's not always easy to do, folks.
That's just a case of two teammates working perfectly together, one setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
Here's Smart, and it's Boston with another. Timeout called the Nets.
Well, when Lopez went down last year, I thought the Nets did a really good job of stepping in for him, covering up the holes, and kind of recreating their offense. And, of course, it's easier to do when you've got the number of perimeter star players that Brooklyn has.
Boston making a switch here. Young's checked in. .130 left in the third. Wallace against Jack. And Zeletovic kicks to Bogdanovic. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Count that one. Bogdanovic has got the lead up to 5 now for the Nets.
Now, it's hard to imagine them not running away with this game if they can continue to shoot the ball like they have been.
Steve, everything is falling for them this half, and they haven't had any empty possessions, scoring on every trip.
Now, here is Young. He kicks to Wallace. Boston needs to get off a shot. Olynyk, nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Nets leading by 5.
With the time left, they can trade 2 for 1 here.
If they hurry.
Here's Plumlee. Can't get it to go. Now Boston takes it the other way. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Young against Jack. And Young, here we go. Outside Turner. They get a hand on it. Plumlee with it. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And we've reached the end of the third. It's the Nets.
Bring your costume. It's Halloween in the NBA. LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers take on Derrick Rose and the Chicago Bulls this Friday, 7 o'clock Central.
And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Oh, we might as well call it the State Farm play of the game. This was just a marvelous piece of coordination between two teammates, completely in sync on the alley-oop.
Nets leading by 5, setting the floor for the Nets. Deron Williams and Joe Johnson at the 1 and 2. Kirilenko and Garnett are the veteran front group. And it's Plumlee in at the 5 down low. Now here's Garnett. Right side Williams, 4 on the clock. It's rebounded by Bass. Bass has got 4 rebounds in this game. Williams against Rondo. And Young kicks to Green. Lets it go from deep. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got his 3rd assist on the night. And for the Nets, they're shooting 51% from the field. They'll take that. Garnett with a screen on Young. Garnett the pass to Williams. Garnett inside. Guarded by Green. KG, that's good. 4th quarter still young, just over a minute play. Green with a screen for Rondo. There's the dish to Young. The pass to Bass. Shot clock at 6. Garnett with the block. And he recovers it. Another shot. And Darren Williams pulls it down. Nets leading by 4. Johnson dishes to Williams. Garnett with a screen on Rondo. Williams kicks to Johnson. Back to Williams. Right side, Williams. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. And now a 6-point Nets lead.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
Outside Rondo. Sullinger pass to Bass. Misses in close. Nets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Over in the corner, Kirilenko. Williams dishes to Johnson. Back to Williams. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, Darren Williams has dealt with ankle issues that have held him back a notch from the level we saw in Utah. But when he's right, I think he's still one of the best point guards in the game.
And Williams so tough to handle because Clarkie can pass, shoot, and drive.
Yeah, and he has that killer crossover too, Kevin. He can put a lot of pressure on you defensively.
Well, you remember when Darren Williams first got to the Nets, it was kind of a bare cupboard on that roster. And now a totally different story. He doesn't have to carry this team because he has so much more help.
Boston making a switch here. Bradley's checked in. Brook Lopez is checked in for Brooklyn. And both free throws good for Williams.
And you know, Darren Williams' usage rate has fallen off quite dramatically over the last 3 seasons. There's not nearly as much asked of him offensively, and I think that sits well with Darren Williams at this point in his career.
Now here's Green, and there's the feed to Bass. Shot from 12. That's good.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. And Darren Williams struggling with ankle issues over the last handful of seasons, Steve. Cortisone shots, platelet shots, he had it all.
Yeah, the Nets hoping if they can reduce that load on him, that finally the ankle troubles will be a thing of the past. But we'll see. He's getting to that age where it may be a chronic thing.
Here's Johnson following the bucket by the Celtics. That's good.
It's been the story of the game for him. Fortunately, his teammates have bailed him out.
Celtics trail by 8. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter. Rondo kicks to Bradley. Outside for Rondo. Clock is at 3. Unloads from 13. Williams with the block. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Nets leading by 8. Johnson outside. Here's Lopez, and it's blocked, but he stays with it. And now it's a double-digit lead. Lopez has got 11 points here in just the second half. Boston's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight, 50% exactly. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
You know, Brook Lopez is a devastating scorer from the right block, and at his size, it's really tough to bother that shot. And really, it comes down to whether he makes it or not. And most of the time, he makes it.
It's stolen by Johnson. Floats one up. Kirilenko kicks to Garnett. Back to Kirilenko. Johnson outside. Lopez sets a screen for Johnson. Right wing to the middle. Kirilenko the pass to Johnson. Lopez. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Great job getting the ball inside right now. Coach really wants them to show some physical presence and toughness here in the second half, and that's exactly what they're doing.
And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Nets.
Well, they're taking high percentage shots in the paint. I like the way their offense is clicking.
I've been impressed with how well they've penetrated tonight, too. It had been 6 straight years for the Celtics that they had made the playoffs, but that run came to an end last season as they were clearly in full rebuild mode. He always knows where his teammates are going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Lopez left side. Lopez a screen on Rondo. Lopez dishes to Williams. It's stolen by Rondo. Jeff Green on the wing. He's guarded by Johnson. Bradley against Williams. Bradley kicks to Sullinger. And another basket for Boston. Well, a lot of storied franchises missed the playoffs last year, and Boston was one of them. But, Steve, they knew it would be a tough season early on.
Well, trading away the talent they did, they knew how the season would play out. You know, ultimately it was the right thing to do, as they are in a good position to build upon youth going forward.
Here's Williams. After Jared Sullinger's bucket, the 3 from Johnson. Rebound Boston. Sullinger's got 6 rebounds in the game.
They've been able to get out to this lead without really getting a very reliable performance out of him from the field.
The drive by Green. Sullinger passes to Bass. Garnett with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. Timeout called, the Nets. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor. And these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Hey, Kevin. During that last break, I heard Lionel Hollins as he addressed his team. He wanted his guys to keep up the intensity, saying, "If any of you think this game is over, you're wrong. We've got work to do. I don't want to see any letdown on the defensive end of the floor. Guys, let's watch how it plays out."
Now here's Williams. Pass to Lopez. Just 5 on the clock. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. And that's now 26 points for Brook Lopez. Celtics trail by 11. The drive by Rondo. Sullinger with a screen for Rondo. Dishes to Bradley. And Bass kicks to Green from past the arc. Rebounded by the Nets. Lopez has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Garnett with a screen on Rondo. Williams dishes to Garnett. Back to Williams. Garnett up top. 6 on the shot clock. Johnson down low. Working on Green. Johnson can't get it to go.
And this has not been a quarter for him to remember.
Yeah, it sure hasn't, Steve. I mean, he's been doing his invisible man impersonation here, hasn't he?
Bradley with the ball, and it's Johnson picking him up. It'll go, and the Nets lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from Sullinger.
Just the shot they wanted. Point-blank range.
Williams passes to Johnson. Lopez sets a screen for Johnson.
Well, Lopez has been great. He has 9 rebounds and some big-time point production as well.
I'll tell you what, this guy is just an unstoppable force, guys.
There's been nothing they can do to stop him.
Shooting. Lopez. 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
They got to keep fighting their way to the line, guys. This half, it's been nothing but success for them there.
And their confidence has to just continue to go up the longer their perfection continues.
He's perfect from the line this time.
We're seeing today what makes him one of the best free throw shooters among the league's big men. Beautiful stroke.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Brad Stevens had some words for his team over the break. The most important points they can get, he said, are points in transition. He told them to push it, create opportunities on the fast break. He also said that their work on the offensive glass is going to be critical. He believes second chance points will go a long way toward deciding this game. With the minutes ticking down and the deficit still a big one, those adjustments have to be a chance worth taking, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Now Williams. Jeff Green missing from long range.
2 minutes.
Johnson kicks to Lopez. The jump hook. That one falls, coming off Johnson's feet. Johnson's got 4 assists now tonight.
Great second half. I mean, he came out of that locker room ready to play.
Rondo dishes to Bradley. Here's the screen. Beyond the arc. Brooklyn with the rebound.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
Yep, they have not let their guard down one bit in the paint.
And Garnett misses.
Really good offensive execution. Nice pick, just couldn't get the shot to go.
Boy, you love to see that as a basketball purist. Guy setting a good screen and then getting the shot opportunity. It's been a struggle here for them to get the second chance points in this second half.
Brooklyn leading by 11. Williams passes to Karolinko. It's stolen by Green. And now the fast break. Rondo with the ball. The shot by Sullinger, wide open. Misses the 3.
That's not his shot at all. Way too far beyond his range. And at this point, just sort of running through the paces, going through the motions as it appears. It'll be a nice win here for the Nets.
Steve, I agree. You know, I think the attitude was very impressive. And Clark, you had talked about this before the game. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Yeah, absolutely. They put a tremendous performance in terms of effort and intensity, and they deserve to win this one.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
Well, this win gives them a victory in round 1 of what's basically a 4-game fight between these teams this season.
And it will be a fight, Steve. When you see an opponent that many times, it's inevitable that those games take on a little extra meaning for the players.
You look at the stats and you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Brook Lopez. And you have to love the effort he put forth on the glass. He played with a fire no one else seemed to match as he chased down rebounds.
Outside, Green. Here's Bradley. No good with the triple. Now here's Williams. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me, any win is a good win.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Joe, congratulations on this win. This was a game where we saw plenty of great sequences, some nice runs put together. What changes for the team out on the floor when you guys start rolling like we witnessed here tonight?
We just picked up our energy and effort. We was able to get some stops, got out in transition, started making a few shots, and just kind of got contagious.
Well, this was fun for us to watch, Joe. Thanks for the time. Guys?
Thank you, Doris, for that. And now for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying see you next time as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Brook Lopez.